Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, that's not quite me? Maybe your skin feels a little duller, your energy not quite as steady, or something about your reflection just doesn't shine the way it used to. It's not about chasing youth, it's about chasing you. The real, vibrant, wise version of yourself that still exists underneath all the noise of time, stress, and responsibility. See, aging is natural, but how we age, how we feel while we age, that part is still in our hands. And the truth is, looking and feeling youthful after 50 isn't about trying to rewind the clock. It's about shifting our habits to support our bodies differently, more gently, more intentionally, and more joyfully. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. You don't need a complicated diet. You don't need 10 new products lined up on the bathroom counter. What you do need are a few simple, consistent habits, ones that work with your body, not against it. Habits that support energy, clarity, skin glow, and vitality from the inside out. And the best part, you can start today. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked but powerful habits. Hydrating first thing in the morning. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But after a night of sleep, your body wakes up dehydrated. Your skin looks tired, your digestion is sluggish, and your energy can feel like it's stuck in neutral. Starting your day with a glass of warm water, maybe with a squeeze of lemon, helps your body reawaken from the inside. It jumpstarts your metabolism, flushes out toxins, and helps your cells begin their day with clarity. This one small act sends a message to your body. I care about you. It doesn't take a workout or a diet to look more radiant. It takes consistency. And hydration is your first line of defense against dullness, dryness, and fatigue. Now, once you've hydrated, it's time to move gently, lovingly, and consistently. Gentle daily movement isn't about burning calories or chasing a number on the scale. It's about circulation, flexibility, and flow. Your joints need to move. Your muscles need engagement. Your brain needs the oxygen that comes from even 10 minutes of light stretching or a brisk walk around the block. If your mornings feel stiff or slow, try starting with a little music. Put on something you love and just move. Not with a plan, not with pressure, just with presence. The goal is to wake your body up with kindness. Yoga, Tai Chi, or simple balance exercises can be deeply nourishing. You're not trying to work out. You're trying to stay fluid. And that's what keeps you young. Not rigidity, but rhythm. And here's a beautiful side effect. When you move daily, you sleep better. Your digestion improves. Your posture realigns. And suddenly, you're not feeling your age. You're feeling alive. And now that you've moved your body, it's time to nourish it with something real. A colorful, nutrient-dense breakfast may not sound glamorous, but it is one of the most age-defying habits you can adopt. Instead of coffee and toast, imagine starting your day with vibrant colors, berries, leafy greens in a smoothie, chia seeds, a soft-boiled egg with avocado. These are not just trends. They're fuel for your cells. They fight inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and support hormonal balance, all crucial for women after 50. You see, Your body isn't the same as it was at 30, and it's not supposed to be. But that doesn't mean it's falling apart. It just means it needs new forms of support. Less sugar, more fiber, less processed, more plant-based. Not as punishment, but as an act of self-respect. Eating for radiance doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be intentional. Think, does this support the woman I'm becoming? If yes, wonderful. If not, you make a different choice tomorrow. No shame, just curiosity, just growth. And speaking of support, let's touch on something equally important that often gets brushed aside: your thoughts. Yes, your mindset, your inner world. Because no skincare product, no supplement, and no smoothie can undo the effects of chronic stress, resentment, or negative self-talk. Your body listens to how you speak to yourself. It hears every "I'm getting old," every "I can't do that anymore," every "Who am I to try something new at this age?" And over time, those words shape your energy, your posture, even your appearance. But what if you chose a new habit? The habit of speaking to yourself like someone you love. What if each morning, before reaching for your phone, you took 10 seconds to say, "I am still growing, I am still worthy, I am still beautiful inside and out"? These aren't fluffy affirmations, they are instructions. And your body is listening. This shift in mindset doesn't just feel better, it actually reduces cortisol, supports your immune system, and promotes longevity. You become the environment your body thrives in. And that's how aging slows, when the body feels safe, supported, and loved. So, we've moved our bodies, we've nourished ourselves, and we've spoken kindly to our reflection. What happens next is something beautiful, something subtle. You begin to glow, not because you're trying to look young, but because you're taking care of yourself like never before. Now that we've set the foundation, hydrating, moving, nourishing, and shifting the way we speak to ourselves, let's talk about something that might not be as obvious, but is just as powerful when it comes to slowing down aging. And that is getting sunlight the right way. Not too much, not too little, but just enough to remind your body that it's alive, awake, and still connected to the world around it. After 50, vitamin D production starts to decline. And that's important because vitamin D isn't just about bones. It affects your mood, your immune system, even your energy levels. And the best way to get it? A little bit of gentle morning sun. I'm not saying you need to tan or sit out for hours. I'm talking about 10 to 15 minutes of soft sunlight on your face, arms, or legs. Preferably in the early morning when the rays are kind and the world is still waking up. Not only does this help your body produce natural vitamin D, it also helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which means better sleep at night and more energy during the day. And there's something emotional about sunlight too, isn't there? It reminds you that you're part of something bigger. It lifts your spirit, clears your mind, and invites you to pause. Sometimes that quiet morning light is all it takes to shift a tired mood into a hopeful one. If you can, combine your morning sun with movement. Maybe a short walk around your neighborhood or a few deep stretches on the porch. Breathe in, feel your feet on the ground, let the light hit your skin. This isn't about exercise. It's about aliveness. And while we're speaking of light, there's another form of light that deeply nourishes us, but it comes from the inside, your breath. Now, I know, breathing sounds automatic, but the kind of breath I'm talking about isn't shallow or rushed. It's intentional, it's calming, and it's one of the easiest free tools we have to slow aging on a cellular level. Every time you take a deep, slow breath, you send a message to your nervous system that you are safe, that you don't need to be in fight or flight, that your body can rest, repair, and focus on healing instead of stress. And that's when your body does its best work. You don't need a meditation app or a quiet room. You just need a moment. One hand on your belly. 1 minute of breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your body soften. Do that a few times a day, before a meal, before you get in the car, before you go to bed, and watch what happens. Your digestion improves, your heart rate slows, your mind clears, and slowly your body starts trusting that it's okay to let go of tension, inflammation, and stress. That's how you glow, not by pushing, but by releasing. And now that we've talked about the breath, let's shift into something we often forget as women. Joyful connection. Yes, connection, laughter, warmth, conversations that light you up, hugs that last a few seconds longer. These are not extras. These are not luxuries. These are daily necessities for the woman who wants to age well, and not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually too. You see, isolation ages us faster than we realize. Loneliness can be as damaging to your health as smoking or obesity. But when you laugh with a friend, when you play with your grandchild, when you share a meal with someone who sees you, your body fills with oxytocin and serotonin. Your cells literally feel safer. Your immune system strengthens. Your brain lights up. Even if you're someone who enjoys quiet, you still need connection. It could be a neighbor, a phone call, a group you join once a week, or a simple chat with someone you meet while walking. Don't underestimate the power of tiny social rituals. They remind you that you're part of something, that you still matter, that your story is still unfolding. And here's a beautiful truth. Your presence is healing to someone else. Your smile, your kindness, your perspective, they all have value. Don't hide your light. Share it. Let yourself be loved, seen, and included. That, more than anything, keeps your spirit young. So we've sipped our water, we've stretched our bodies, we've nourished ourselves, taken in the morning sun, and paused to breathe. Now, we've remembered the importance of connection, the beauty of being part of a shared human experience. And the more we lean into these habits, not out of discipline, but out of love, the more our bodies respond. The skin softens, the eyes brighten, the stiffness eases. The days feel more expansive, not because we're avoiding age, but because we're embracing it on our own terms. We've talked about how small shifts in your day, like hydrating, moving your body, stepping into sunlight, breathing deeply, and staying connected, can make a world of difference. These habits don't just help you feel better in the moment, they build a rhythm, a lifestyle, a foundation that keeps you strong, grounded, and glowing as the years go on. But there's one final habit that ties it all together, and it's often the one we resist the most. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, but it's transformative. That habit is rest. True, intentional rest. I'm not just talking about sleep, though sleep is vital. I'm talking about the art of slowing down, of letting yourself pause without guilt, of creating space in your day, not because you're tired, but because your body and mind deserve a moment of stillness. We live in a world that glorifies being busy. Even after 50, when maybe you've retired or cut back on responsibilities, it's easy to fill every hour with doing, fixing, helping, going. But the truth is, aging well isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with presence. And presence only comes when we rest. Rest allows your body to reset its nervous system. It helps your brain process emotions. It lowers inflammation, regulates hormones, and protects your heart. But beyond the science, rest reconnects you with yourself. It says, I am not just valuable for what I do. I am valuable for who I am. So, what does real rest look like? It could be 15 minutes with your feet up and no phone in sight. It could be closing your eyes in the afternoon and letting go of shoulds. It might be reading a few pages of a book, sipping tea on the porch, or simply doing nothing without shame or apology. And if sleep has been hard for you, give yourself grace. Focus on rituals that support rest, dimming the lights in the evening, turning off screens an hour before bed, stretching your body gently, listening to soft music, or journaling your thoughts. The body responds to rhythm. And the more we honor that rhythm, the more it works in our favor. Sometimes the most powerful act of self-care isn't another task. It's letting yourself be. So here we are. You've made space to hydrate your body, to move it with care, to fuel it with color and nourishment. You've stepped into sunlight. You've taken slow, intentional breaths. You've laughed, connected, and remembered that your life still matters deeply to the people around you. And you've paused, breathed, rested. These aren't just habits, they're messages. Each one tells your body you are loved, you are safe. You're not being rushed through this stage of life. You're invited to live it deeply. Because aging isn't something to fear or fight. It's a journey to walk with intention. And when you care for yourself in this way, daily, gently, and consistently, your body responds. Your face softens. Your eyes gain that familiar sparkle again. Your energy doesn't feel like it's slipping away. It feels like it's settling in where it belongs. You don't need a miracle cream. You don't need to chase the version of you from 20 years ago. You need to meet yourself right here with love, with curiosity, and with the wisdom you've earned. You already have everything you need to glow. It's not about reversing age. It's about embracing it with the kind of grace and strength only a woman with life experience truly knows. So take these habits and make them your own. Not all at once, not perfectly, but with love. Choose one. Practice it. Let it ripple into the rest of your life. And when you feel ready, take the next step. And if you're watching this and thinking, it's too late for me, let me gently say, it's not. Not at all. The body is always listening, and even the smallest changes can create the biggest shift over time. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Is there one habit here that stood out to you? One thing you're ready to start doing today? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone, and your words just might encourage another woman watching this to begin her own journey. If this video helped you feel hopeful, grounded, or inspired, go ahead and tap the like button. It helps more women find this message. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. We have so many more videos coming your way, designed to support your health, your happiness, and your beautiful life after 50. Here's to slowing down, not because you're fading, but because you're finally in tune with what truly matters. Here's to joy in the little things. Here's to peace in your breath. And here's to living your most radiant, grounded, and empowered years. Starting now. You deserve it. You really do.